Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh. Wa na'udzu billahi min syururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudhillalah wa may yudlilhu fala hadiyalah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah. Wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli, amma ba'd. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, all praise be to Allah. We praise Him, we ask for His help, we ask for His forgiveness. We seek refuge with Allah from the wickedness of ourselves and from the badness of our deeds. Whoever been given by Allah guidance, then nobody can be a misguider for him. Whoever been misguided by Allah, then nobody can be a guider for him. I bear witness there's no God worthy to worship except Allah, only Him, no associate for Him. And I bear witness that Muhammad, His messenger, His servant. O Allah, give good praise upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, and give good praise upon Abraham and the family of Abraham. O Allah, bless upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, and bless upon Abraham and the family of Abraham. Really, you most worthy of praise and most exalted in glory. Today, inshallah, we continue with our 31st rule. That is actually wa'ashirhunna bil ma'ruf. When live with them, with the wives in good manners or kindly. So the last that we talk about is actually that we say that the matter of being nice or in good manners or kindly, to be kind in living with the wife, is not only being said in the ayah that we recite upon, that is actually the Surah An-Nisa, verse number 19, but it's actually also being touched in the matter of the rights of the woman, like in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 2 to 8, the author said, وَلَهُنَّ مِثْلُ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. And for the woman, whatever is upon them, whatever obligated upon them, they should get bil ma'ruf, with kind manners. Fakama, and also you say that in certain Baqarah, verse number 2 to 9, Allah said about the matter of holding the wife to continue the marriage if ever the divorce did happen, and during the period of truce between the husband and wife is 3 menstrual cycle or 3 months. So in that time, if the divorce is actually can be reconcilable, they can get together, is only 2, not 3. And after 2, they can still be married together again. That Allah said, at-talaqu marratan, divorce is for that you can reconcile back, is only 2 times. And after that, either you hold your wife bil ma'ruf aw tasrim ihsan, or you let them go bi ihsan, with mercy. And also said in Surah Al-Baqarah 231, also about the talaq, the divorce, that Allah said, if you divorce woman and they arrive to their due, that means they will finish their period of truth between you and her, the 3 months or 3 menstrual cycle. Fa'amsikun, then after that, before the cycle end, then either you hold on to them bima'rufin aw sarrihum, or you let them go bima'ruf, in kind manners. This is actually also the last one that we talk about, is about the saying of Allah in Surah Al-Baqarah 233. There's actually about the expenses for the woman who breastfeeding her child, even though she already been divorced from the husband. If she breastfeeding the child, then the husband must pay. Then and the payment for expenses for accommodation, clothes, and also food and shelter. That is actually bil ma'ruf. Bil ma'ruf. Also in kind manners or in good manner of kindly. So we stop there. So inshallah we'll continue today. He said here, Wali azimi mawqi'i hadhil ma'ani, and because of the greatness of this meaning, the position of this meaning, allati dallat 'alayha hadhil qa'idatil qur'aniyyati, that being shown by the Quranic rule, Quranic codes, that is actually wa'ashiruhunna bil ma'ruf, live with them, treat them with kindly or good manners. أكد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم هذه الحقوق في أعظم مجمع عرفته الدنيا في ذلك الوقت. The Prophet ﷺ emphasized this right in the greatest gathering being known by the world at that time. There is actually the Hajj. Actually, until today, still people will say Mecca of something. I mean, the place for you to get food, Mecca of food, Mecca of something. Why did they mention it like that? Because never been known in the history gathering as big as that. A pilgrimage being done, people will come to worship God or to come to one intention in that great gathering. Even though they said that in India they have a thing almost similar like that by the river of Ganges, but still people don't say it's like the Ganges of food, Ganges of computer, Ganges of gadget. You always say Mecca of something, because there's no greater gathering than that. Until today, actually, until today, if only the government of Saudi didn't restrict, I think there are many people to go. But now they are given for all country that they have the pilgrimage from the country. The number is actually 1% of the population. That we have 1% of population from our country is actually 30,000, because we have 30 million. So 1% is 30,000. The same as Indonesia, they have 200 million, then 20,000. They have 200 million, then 200,000. So 1% of each of the population of the country. It's actually so that no congestion happen there. Because I did saw once, I don't know, maybe the police that guarding the door didn't stop people to go away. So people actually, all of them come into the place of tawaf. So because of the pack that happened, so people is actually walking like that, behind one after another. Not big step, just small step. Like slowly they are moving, because the congestion, because they all of them get to the center of the mosque, in front of the Kaaba. Who doesn't want to pray in front of Kaaba? Everybody want. But the problem is, if you put everybody inside there, then there will be problem. That we last year, is it that something happened in Korea, because they actually have some of masquerade parade in one way, on one road. So people actually start to contest with each other until some of them died, because there's no oxygen. Tahun, is it? No, I'm mistaken. Things that happened last year. People died. You know, they cannot take anybody out because they cling together because of the congestion that happened between them. Anyway, because of that, we know that the regulation and the law that they made to make sure that whoever come to do the Hajj, they get to do it in good manners and freely, doesn't have any problem. Anyway, the Prophet ﷺ did say in that first gathering, the biggest gathering, because after Islam, after the Prophet been sent by Allah, before that, the Arabs came to Mecca to do the Hajj in their own way. But the gathering is not the big as when the Prophet ﷺ did it in the 10th of Hijrah. So in that gathering, the Prophet emphasized about our code or rule, that is actually wa'ashiruhunna bil ma'ruf, treat your wife, treat your spouse bil ma'ruf, or live with them in kindly manners. He said here, Hina khataban nas fi yawmi Arafata. When he is preaching, he is giving sermon to all the human in the day of Arafah, the 9th of Zulhijjah. Faqala, that the Prophet ﷺ said, amongst the saying that he said, Fattaqullaha fin nisa. Fear Allah, all of you, about the woman. فَإِنَّكُمْ أَخَذْتُمُوهُنَّ بِأَمَانِ because you took them with the promise or the secure from Allah. I mean, by the name of Allah, you took them as your wife. وَاسْتَحْلَلْتُمْ فُرُوجَهُنَّ بِكَلِمَةِ اللَّهِ, and you make permissible their uterus, or you say that to make to have intimacy with them, you make it possible by the words of Allah, because Allah Ta'ala that give you the permission. Because originally things in life, sometimes things actually like you say about food, as long as there's no dalil, there's no evidence, it is forbidden, you can eat it. Whatever you want to eat, just eat. Whatever you want to drink, just drink. Except there are dalil, there are command from Allah or from the Prophet telling you that this is forbidden. If not, it is halal. Food also like that. The way you to buy and sell like that. But when it comes to certain things, such as the act of worship, how do you worship Allah? That is actually not written to you. You cannot do whatever you want. You must follow the way that Allah Ta'ala wants you to do. So whenever there's no dalil, there's no evidence, that act of worship being commanded to you, that you cannot do it. You should not do it. Because that is the origin of ibadah. It's actually opposite of al-aslu fi shay', the origin of anything like food, drink, selling, buying. It's actually permissible. It's actually mubah. You can do it. The opposite, like this, is about the ibadah. It's not permissible except you have dalil. And also among it things is actually the private part of a woman is haram upon you, except you have the dalil. That is the way that Allah Ta'ala make it halal for you. Like in marriage, that is halal for you, or they are your slave, this is halal for you. Other than that, there's nothing. There's no way you can get a woman to become permissible for you, except the way that Allah Ta'ala tell you it is permissible. That is why the Prophet said, وَاسْتَحْلَلْتُمْ فُرُوجَهُنَّ بِكَلِمَةِ اللَّهِ, and you make it permissible for you to have intimacy with them, mean their body part, with the words of Allah. Because Allah Ta'ala told you that is permissible, then because of that you take it as permissible. وَلَكُمْ عَلَيْهِنَّ, and for you, all men, yeah, for all of you, alayhinna is obligated upon them, upon your wife, alla yuti'na furushakum ahadan takrahunahu, that they don't make it possible for anybody you don't like to step on your on your carpet. You know your carpet, the place where you sit. Person that you don't like, your wife is obligated not to give that to them, not to put anybody that you dislike on your mat or your carpet. The place we sit is for you. She cannot put anybody that you don't like on it. That is actually respect for the husband. فَإِنْ فَعَلْنَا ذَلِكَ, and if they did that, فَضْرِبُوهُنَّ ضَرْبًا غَيْرُ مُبَرَّحٍ, then you can hit them with non-afflicting hitting. It's actually they said like with the finger or your toothbrush. It's just like that. It's actually something that people will say that Islam is promoting wife beating by this hadith. But the problem is, you know the word, but you should also see the reality, how it is being implemented. Not just the word, because the word can be interpreted as you want. Because some people actually they have the tendency that hitting their wife is a norm. Some people, you say that I hit my wife. Why should people care? This is actually weird, but happening in some people that they have that understanding. They say that my wife, so I hit her. So it's not for you to do that. Maybe in the time of colonial, the Victorian era, people, the man is considered as the Lord. Even like until today, you can listen to their script when they do a drama of the Victorian era. So the woman will say to the man, "My Lord, my Lord, my Lord." Means that the owner, he is the owner of the woman. In Islam, it's not like that. Only that naturally, a woman, if the husband did something like this only, to hit her with the finger, she will cry. She surely will cry. You don't have to take any big cane, but the woman is so sensitive. So the Prophet said, if they did that, then you can hit them with darban ghairu mubarrahin, that uninflicting. There's no scar or marks after the hitting. It's just like that. Okay. Walahunna alaykum, and for them, upon you, all of you, rizquhunna wa kiswatuhunna bil ma'ruf, their provision and their clothing, bil ma'ruf, with kindly manners or good manners. You must take care of them on that side. They will take care of respecting you. You must take care about giving them all their needs. So the Prophet did mention that in front of everybody, in that biggest gathering ever known by the world at that time. Wal-ayatu wal-ahadithu fi hadal babi kathiratun jidda. And the ayah of the Qur'an and the hadith of the Prophet in this chapter, this topic is so many. Well, maksudu, and the intention of mentioning about all those things, those dalil, is actually to remind ala azimi wa hadhihi al-qa'idah syar'iyyati, about the greatness of the position of this syar'iyyah rule, syar'iyyah code. That is actually the code that being given by God to you. Wallati yata'allamul mu'minu min kasrati ma yara min hadki li hurmatiha, that it being hurt by the believers because of so many that he saw upon the thorn of this rule. Means the people actually thorning this rule, doesn't follow this rule. You know, it hurtful, it being hurt inside yourself. If you are a believer, you can think like you feeling like that. Wa adami mura'ati lihududiha, and the neglection, people neglect about taking care of this rule. Fatara ba'du rijali rational illa hifza tardidihim illa hifza wa tardid al-ayati wal huquqi allati tahussuhu. Then you can see that some man, he is not good except memorizing and repeating all the ayah and the right that for him, not for the wife. To say for the wife, he will not, oh, I don't remember, I don't know, I didn't read, oh, I don't know, there is there, they can say something like that. But when coming to their rights, all the ayah is there. Ar-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa. The man is, this one is actually managing upon the woman. He always repeating that ayah about the man, and the man, what is right. وَلَا تَحْدَثُ عَنْ نُصُوصِ الَّتِي تُؤَكِّدُ حُقُوقَ زَوْجَتِهِ. And he never ever talk about the text that is emphasizing the right of his wife. فَوَيْلُ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ. Hell is actually for those who are not weighing things correctly. Mutaffifin is a name given to the people who, whenever they weigh something for themselves, they must make it enough and really on the dot. The mutaffifin, people who making mutaffifin, people who making light. If they are making something light, mean if they weighing for people, they will reduce, making sure that it's not more, less. But for them, if they are weighing for their themselves, they make sure that the weighing is really on the dot. That's actually Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran, Wailul lil mutaffifin. It's actually hell for those who to making light for the weighing. Alladhina kalu 'alan nas yastawfun. If they weigh upon human for themselves, they want to buy something, they weigh something for themselves, means he's right, they are right upon others. Yastawfun, they make it really complete, enough. Must be all of it there. Wa idha kaluhum aw wazanuhum yukhsirun. If they weigh something for others, or they make measurement for others, yukhsirun, they will reduce. They will reduce it. They will not fulfill everything. They will make it lesser than it's supposed to. This is something that being checked by the KPD, KNKK, that when they put the sugar on the weighing scale, they found out that some people doesn't put all of it there. They get the thing, they get the weighing is actually lesser, not 1 kilo. Written there 1 kilo, but we put in the way that the KPK officers brought with them, this is less. Even at the petrol pump, they found out that when you put there, some petrol pump they will reduce, because they take from you 1 milliliter, second person 2 milliliter, third 10 milliliter. If you combine for every day, they will gather more profit than they're supposed to. So in same manner, when a husband thinking about his right, my right, I'm your husband, obey me. You know, you will not get paradise if not obey me. You don't obey me. That is true. The wording is there. The Prophet did say to a woman, Adati zawjin anti. Are you a married woman? She said yes. So the Prophet said, Kaifa anti bihi. How are you with your husband? She said that I will not disobey him, accepting that actually I cannot do. Then the Prophet remind her, Unzuri kaifa anti bihi. Look into how are you with him. How are you with him? Look into that. فَإِنَّهُ جَنَّتُكِ وَنَارُكِ, because he is your paradise, he is your hell. The husband is reason for you to the paradise or the hell. It's the same as when we compare ourselves, the man, with our parent. You know, your parent is your paradise and your hell. Ridha Allah, the Prophet said, Ridha Allah fi ridha al-walidain. The please of Allah, the love of Allah in ridha walidain, in the please of the parent. Wa suhtullah, the anger of Allah fi suhtil walidain, in the anger of the paradise, the father and mother, the parent. The same is actually there. But we say here, we say about those men who only memorizing their right, but they are forgetting the right of the wife. That is actually being called wailul lil mutaffifin. It's same that people who weighing for others, they will reduce, decrease. If they weighing upon others, they want their right, they will make sure that everything is there, not a single drop. I thought I saw a video that a mat motor, that is a young man filling petrol in his motorcycle. So in the end of the video, because the one that helping him, there's a staff is helping him. So that guy, after he put he start to, you know, collecting all the petrol on the nozzle and put it inside the tank like that. And the guy, the staff, looking at him and shaking his head. So some people say, really, you know that a drop of petrol, what can you do with that? But anyway, the guy is doing that, shaking, and after that, taking all the oil, the residue on the nozzle to put inside the tank. Allahu A'lam. Some people are really like that. Some people doesn't care. So essentially, in this life, for you to become a happy person, don't be a person that is essentially so meticulous about that type of thing. Just pay and it's okay, go away. If the petrol station owner is cheating you, believe me, Allah Ta'ala will get him back for you. Not in this world, but in the last day. He will meet you. He will come in front of you, even though he just cheating you 1 cent of the petrol, or lesser than that, because there's no option for them except to be judged by Allah upon the cheating that he did. So be careful when you take something from people, or you giving something to people. Make sure that if their right is there, please keep it fulfilled, not lesser than lesser in any sense. And when you're taking from others, you just feel that it's okay, because you hope that Allah Ta'ala will make the same treatment with you, because the way you treat others, Allah Ta'ala will treat you. If you say that it's okay, then you hope that Allah Ta'ala say, it's okay, I forgive you. We're really hoping that. We're really hoping that type of treatment from Allah. But we must treat others like that. So we don't care, we forgive others, Allah Ta'ala forgive us. Okay. وفي المقابل فإن على الزوجة أن تتقي الله عز وجل في زوجها. And the opposite of that, what you talk about just now, upon the wife, that she must fear Allah about the husband. When anything related to the husband, she must fear Allah on doing things relating to the husband. وأن تقوم بحقوقه قدر طاقته, that he must fulfill, he must perform all his right qadra taqati, as she can. وَأَلَّا يَحْمِلَهَا تَقْصِيرُ زَوْجِهَا فِي حَقِّهَا عَلَى مُقَابَلَةِ ذَلِكَ بِالتَّقْصِيرِ فِي حَقِّهِ. And do not ever the lackness of the husband in fulfilling her right, making her to say that it is actually for me, is a thing that permissible for me to neglect or decrease any right of the husband, because he is not doing his right, my right. He's not doing my right, so I I can perform the same to him. Some people say something like that. But the problem is, in the Sunnah, the Prophet did say, so the Prophet said, Adil amanata mani tamanak. Perform and give whoever the trust, whoever trusting you, give back the trust. Means that the amanah, the trust that you have between one another, the honesty, be honest to whoever is actually honest to you. Wala takhun man khana, but at the same time, don't ever betray whoever betray you. Don't betray whoever betray you. Sometimes you think that they did it to me, I can did that to them. Even some of the people that going to Jumu'ah prayer, you know, some of them taking slippers of others. I said, it's not yours. Why you took? Mine been taken, so I take others. You know, the treatment. But the problem is, you are taking not the slipper of the person that took your slippers. And you say that people did it to me, I did that to them. But it's not the same. It's not the same. Some people have that type of thinking. You know, when people doing parking in the car park badly, and you also do the same. People doesn't care, you doesn't care. It's not like that. Because in Islam, like Prophet said, Adil amanata, fulfill the true the amanah, whatever been given to you by any person, fulfill it. Wala takhun man khana, but don't you betray whoever betray you. Because some people say that is permissible for me. Is for me. That in that sense, a wife is the same. She cannot. But the problem is, they will think that they what don't do to me, I don't give them their right, because my right is being taken away from me. So they thought that it's actually permissible. It's wrong. Yes. Yes, 3 days. The same. You know the rule. You don't know the rule. La yahillu. The Prophet said, La yahillu imri'in Muslim. Is not permissible for a Muslim person an yahjura akhahu fawqa salas, for them to ignore or boycott his brother more than 3 days. More than 3 days. It's not permissible. You don't like him, just give salam. It's okay. The hurt inside your heart, only you will know. But the problem is, you cannot justify your bad manners because of the animosity that you have with him. The same thing happen if your parent, not giving you your right. Then what should you do? Because I've been questioned before. Some guys actually came to me. He said, Ustaz, if the parent didn't love the child, didn't give anything to the child, should the child love the parent? The parent didn't give anything. Always scolding, angry at the children. Should the children love back their parent? I said yes. But they said, the problem is, they didn't give any love. Why should they get love? I said, if I use your analogy and I say it's okay, then if I turn it into whatever Allah Ta'ala distribute upon us. You know, Allah Ta'ala give us, some of us is having difficult life. Some of us having easy life. So the people that is actually having difficult life, having disease, and poor in their wealth, it is not that. Are they eligible to not loving Allah, or say that I don't want to have any connection because He doesn't give me anything? And then the person said no. I said why? He said because the existence. Yeah, they said no. I said why they cannot answer. Then I said to them, because the existence, your existence, is actually bigger than anything else. Anything that Allah didn't give you only the existence, didn't give you wealth, didn't give you health and everything, your existence is actually more precious than anything, making you obligated, even though you don't get anything, you must love him, you must pray to him, you must have connection with him, even though. No, actually, you are being tested by your parent. Your parent is like that. Who make your parent like that? Allah. Allah is the one who making your parent like that. So the same happen here. You cannot say that the parent, Allah is different. No, the thing is, if you don't get anything, you are the worst person in this world. You are the most, you say, poor person in this world. But still you cannot say that because I don't get anything, then it's justified for me to not believing or having any connection with God. No, cannot. Because like the same as parent, even though they didn't give you the love, your birth itself is from them. Your existence. If they are not there, not here in this world, you will not exist. Your existence is from them. Even though they don't treat you well, but your existence, you must really return to them. Your existence, you are not here, not because of them. If you see that, maybe accidental, Ustaz. Even though accidental, it's still the same. Not intended, even though not intended, the same. Because your existence, by your existence, you feel everything. Love, sad, heat, cold, everything because of it, you exist. So the existence is the biggest thing that you must repay. You don't ever say that because they are like this, I do like this. Even the command from Allah in the Qur'an, idfa' billati ahsan. You give back with what is better than what the person did to you. The person did bad to you, but you must do good to them. Thing is actually so heavy for you to do it, but Allah Ta'ala command us to do that. Idfa' billati ahsan 3 times in the Quran. Allah Ta'ala said, idfa' billati ahsan. In Surah Al-A'raf, verse number 109 to 100, verse Surah Fussilat 34, 36. And Surah Al-Mu'minun 96, 98. 3 times the Allah said like that. If you look into the saying of Allah in Surah Al-Fussilat, Allah said, wala tastawil hasanatu wala sayyi'ah. Actually, to return back goodness or badness is not the same. Wala tastawil hasanatu wala sayyi'ah. Goodness is not the same as badness. Idfa' billati ahsan. Pay back to the person with what is better than whatever he did to you. If you do that, Allah said, فَإِذَا الَّذِي بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ عَدَاوَةٌ. Then suddenly, the person between you and them have animosity. You have enmity with them. Suddenly, كَأَنَّهُ وَلِيٌّ حَمِيمٌ. Suddenly, he'll become the most protective guardian for you. They become the most protective guardian, the most loving guardian for you. But this thing, to return, to give, to pay back with good for the people that doing bad to you, Allah said, وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا إِلَّا الَّذِينَ صَبَرُوا. But cannot do that. This thing cannot be accepted except for those who actually have patience. وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا إِلَّا ذُو حَظٍّ عَظِيمٍ. And cannot accepting this command except people who have great reward from Allah. So you know that, like we said just now, parent or your husband, your wife, you should not repay with that. Because even though the other party doesn't do their obligation, that doesn't make you, it's justified for you to not giving their right. Like the government. You don't like the government. Government is actually making it hard for you in your life. But still, you have to obey them. Even though they are not giving you your right. Because your right is actually you get from Allah. Their right, you return it to them. Give whatever obligated upon you to do it. It's not supposed to be like we say here. Okay? وَعَلَيْهَا أَن تَصْبِرَ وَتَحْتَسِبَ. And it's actually for her to be patient and also to ask reward from Allah upon the problem that she have. The same for the husband. If the wife doesn't perform her right, his right, then he also have not to say that if my wife like this, I will do like that. But the way to teach the wife, they are being taught by Allah, like the one that we say about you hitting your wife with something to make sure that she know that you are angry. Also the thing about not to sleep with her for any time given until she turn away, she fix her attitude or whatever the problem there. Because you are the one who correcting your wife, not your wife correcting you. It's supposed to be like that. But many men is actually not correcting their wife, the wife is correcting them. Allahu alam. He said here, وَلْيَتَدَبَّرْ كُلُّ مَنْ مِنَ الزَّوْجَيْنِ. It's actually, it's must to be looked into it, into verily to understand each one of the two spouses. مَا قَصَّهُ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى فِي سُورَةِ الطَّلَاقِ. What being told by Allah, what being storied by Allah in the Surah Al-Talaq, min ahkamin wa tawjihatin azimatin, from among rulings and also great command from Allah, great guidance from Allah. فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ تَعَالَى لَمَّا ذَكَرَ أَحْكَامًا مُتَنَوِّعَةً فِي تِلْكَ السُّوَرِ. Because when Allah Ta'ala mentioned many rulings in that surah, Surah Al-Talaq, aqaba ala kulli hukmin bi dhikri fawaid taqwa. He always followed upon every ruling to mention about the benefit of taqwa, piety, have fear towards Allah. Allati hiya sababu kulli khairin, that is actually that the taqwa is the reason or the cause of every goodness. فقال عز وجل, then Allah Azza wa Jalla said in Surah Al-Talaq verse number 2 and 3, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ, is actually the ayah that we took before about وَمَنْ يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ. Whoever rely upon Allah, then Allah Ta'ala will make it enough for him. Okay. Allah Ta'ala said in this ayah, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Whoever have piety, have fear towards Allah, Allah Ta'ala will make an opening for him for any problem. Any problem, the opening will be for him. وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبْ. And Allah Ta'ala will give him provision from where he didn't think it can be. No, unthinkable suddenly come to you. وَمَنْ يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ. Whoever rely upon Allah, then Allah Ta'ala will be sufficient for him. إِنَّ اللَّهَ بَالِغُ أَمْرِهِ. Allah Ta'ala really making through whatever he command. قَدْ جَعَلَ اللَّهُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدْرًا. Allah Ta'ala already made for everything there is predestined. There is a measurement. Things that will happen like this and like that. All of that is been written by Allah. وَقَالَ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. And Allah Azza wa Jalla said in Surah Al-Talaq verse number 4, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. Whoever fear Allah, have piety towards Allah, Allah Ta'ala will make for him from his matters to become easy. You want your matter to become easy, then fear Allah. وَقَالَ تَقَدَّسَ ismuhu. And being said by the most noble of his name is Allah. At-Talaq, in Surah At-Talaq verse number 5, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يُكَفِّرْ عَنْهُ سَيِّئَاتِهِ. Whoever fear Allah, have piety towards Allah, Allah Ta'ala will make vanish, will disperse any wrongness that he did. وَيُعْظِمْ لَهُ أَجْرًا. And Allah Ta'ala will make abundant, great for him the reward. Your badness will be thrown away, but your goodness will be rewarded for manifold time, folded many times. وَلَعَلَّ السِّرِّ فِي تَتَابُعِ هَذِهِ التَّعْقِيبَاتِ ta'kibat. And maybe, is it maybe the secret of being followed by this, all the saying of be pious towards Allah, then Allah will do this. Be pious, have piety to Allah, I will do this to you. So one after another until the 5th ayah. So Allah Ta'ala said, the author said, An ahwal at-talaqi wal firaqi, because the condition of the divorce or the separation, ma wujudil hamli wal irda'i aw baqa'il iddati, with existence of pregnancy or breastfeeding, or the iddah, the period is still there. You have to wait. Because of that, the differences, qad tahammala ahadu tarfaini ala taksiri, qad tahmilu ahadu tarfaini ala taksir wal baghi. It can make one of the two party to be neglect and to be tyranny to other. You know, you will impose something that is not there because the situation is different. It's really all of it about talak. Because the first ayah, Ya ayuhan nabi idza talaqtumun nisa. So when Allah said, if you divorce a woman, so means that there, when Allah said about then when you read until the first page, you can see that there are situation about those women who been divorced. If they are actually breastfeeding your child, you look into the Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah said, as long as the woman is breastfeeding his child, then the man has to pay everything. Her accommodation, a place to stay, food and drink and clothing, everything. And maybe he already divorced her, and he still have to pay, because the husband is obligated to pay for his children. The woman is not obligated. That's the thing that we mentioned last week about this thing, that the woman have the right to marry another man and left the child to the father to take care. It's not upon her to stay. You don't say that, oh, so bad mother. After she divorced and she got the child, she married another man. The man can marry any woman, but woman cannot marry another man. Why? So actually, this is unjust that happened in our society because of wrong understanding. Because when we say about the situation, if the person divorced his wife and the wife is actually still breastfeeding her child, or the wife is actually pregnant, you still have to take care of her. Still have to take care of her. Or during her, still inside the menstrual period, means that 3 times. She is still inside that, you must pay everything for her. She's under your care. So the situation is actually really different. And because of that, people may become neglect about the other party's right, or even oppression will happen from the other party. Okay, you can do that. وَنَحْوِ ذَلِكَ مِنَ التَّجَاوُزَاتِ. And other than that, from among things that is actually exceeding the truth. فَجَاءَتْ هَذِهِ التَّعْقِيبَاتِ إِلَهِيَّةِ. Then these things that being followed means that Allah commanded you one time after another to be pious to Allah. Fear Allah. Fear Allah. 5 times being said there. Fear Allah. Why? Because actually, لِتُبَشِّرَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. It is to give glad tidings to those who actually have piety, fear towards Allah. وَالْتَحْذِرِ الْمُجَانِفِينَ لِلتَّقْوَى. And also to be reminded, to be warned, whoever is not doing things actually according to the piety, doesn't have taqwa, then be careful, because Ta'ala is looking at you. بِأَنَّ أَضَدْ هَذِهِ الْعُودِ الْإِلَهِيَّةِ. Because the opposite of these promises from God about whoever have a piety, fear Allah, or Ta'ala will open His provision. Okay? And also the Allah Ta'ala will give him provision from the place that he didn't think about. And also, وَمَا يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. I will make easy. I will make easy for them if they have piety. His matter will be easy. And also Allah Ta'ala said about all his wrongdoing will be abolished, and all his good doing will be tenfolded, give reward because of that. So all of these promises from Allah. Satahsulu in antum faradtum fi tatbiqi syar'illah. That the opposite of the promise. This Allah promised to give you provision. This Allah said that your matter will be easy. So if you don't have the piety, you don't have taqwa, fear towards Allah, then the opposite will happen. The opposite will happen. In antum farad fi tatbiqi syar'illah. If you neglect or careless about implementing the command of Allah, the Sharia of Allah. Wa yuwaddihu hadzal ma'na khatamu surati hadhihi al-ayati al-mukhawwafah. And it's really being being explained this meaning in the ending of this surah with the so fearing ayah. Ayah is so scared. If you read it, you will scared about it. Allah Ta'ala said in the surah Al-Talaq, verse number 8 to 10. 8 to 10. وَكَأَيٍّ مِّن قَرْيَةٍ. Okay, in Surah Al-Talaq, Allah said, وَكَأَيٍّ مِّن قَرْيَةٍ وَكَأَيٍّ مِّن قَرْيَةٍ, and how many a city atat an amri rabbiha, that is actually insolent towards the command of its Lord, wa rusulihi, and also his messengers. Fahasabnaha hisaban shadida, then we took it to severe account and punish it with a terrible, wa adzabnaha adzaban nukra, and we punish them, punish it with the terrible punishment. Terrible punishment. And he said also, فَذَاقَتْ وَبَالَ أَمْرِهَا, and it takes the bad consequences of its affair. Example, rebellion. وَكَانَ عَاقِبَةُ أَمْرِهَا خُسْرًا, and the outcome of its affair was lost. They didn't get any goodness. أَعَدَّ اللَّهُ لَهُمْ عَذَابًا شَدِيدًا, Allah Ta'ala had prepared for them a severe punishment. فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ, then be fear towards Allah. Fear Allah. Ya ulil albab, or those who have understanding. Alladina amanu, that who have belief. Qad anzalallahu ilaikum dhikra, Allah Ta'ala already sent down to you a message. So the ayah means that after the reminder and the glad tidings about whoever fear Allah, we get this and this and this and this. Then Allah Ta'ala finish up the topic or the discussion by saying about a story that many village, many places, country that they actually disobey for the command of Allah and His Messenger. Then Allah Ta'ala get them to be account with the severe account, and Allah Ta'ala punish them with a great punishment. Fadaqal wabal amriha. The surah Al-Talaq is surah Madaniyah. You say here, fadaqal wabal amriha. So then it tastes. Allah Ta'ala make them taste the disaster of their matter. Wa kana akibatu amriha khusra, and the ending of their matter is actually a loss. They didn't get anything. A'adallahu lahum adzaban syadida, Allah Ta'ala prepare for them adzaban syadida, severe punishment. Fattaqullah, then because of that, oh people who have sound mind, a good mind. Fattaqullaha, be fear towards Allah. Alladhina ulil albabil ladina amanu, those who have good sound mind, who have belief. You have belief in Allah, then fear Allah. Qad anzalallahu ilaikum dhikra, Allah Ta'ala already sent to you the reminder. So he said here, walaqad kana as-salafu hadhihi al-ummati yafqahuna haqqa ma'ani hadhihi an-nusus al-'azimati. The early people of this ummah, the salaf, they really understand this ayah, this text, really good understanding. Wa min dhalika hadhihi al-qā'idati al-Qur'aniyyah al-muhkamah, and among it is actually this Quranic Quranic rule. Wa ashiruhunna bil ma'ruf, and live with them, with your wife, in good manners. Fahadha habrul ummati wa turjuman al-Qur'an. Look at this, the habr of this ummah. The title habr is originally being given to the rabbi. You know, the rabbi that understood the book, the Torah. They actually understood it, really understanding about the book. Ibn Abbas, because of his knowledge about Quran, being called as the rabbi of the Hazil Ummah. Okay, Habr Ummah. Wa turjuman al-Quran, and the translator of the Quran, Ibn Abbas radhiyallahu anhu. Yaqulu, he said, Inni uhibbu an atazayyanu lil mar'ati. I like to beautify, to adorn myself for the wife, lil mar'ah. Kama uhibbu an tatazayyana li, as I like her to beautify herself for me. Li'anna Allah Ta'ala, because Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran, walahunna mislu alladhi alayhinna bil ma'ruf, and for them, for the woman, they are obligation, for them, mislu alladhi, as what being obligated upon them, bil ma'ruf, with good manners, with kind situation. Wa ma uhibbu astawfiya jami'i haqqi 'alaiha. And wa ma uhibbu, and I don't like to fulfill, to give, to take everything, jami'a haqqi 'alaiha, whatever my right upon her, I don't really like to impose, to say this is my right, Li'anna Allah Ta'ala yaqul, because Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran, walirrijali 'alayhinna darajah, in the Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah Ta'ala said, and for them, for walirrijal, and for the man upon the woman, darajah, because Allah Ta'ala already given it to me. I have one darajat, one actually stage upon her. I'm being put by Allah upon her in one darjah, one degree more than her. So I don't like to impose, to take everything from her, because I am actually being given by Allah already the right. Qala Yahya bin Abdurrahman al-Hanzali. Yahya bin Abdurrahman al-Hanzali said, Ataitu Muhammad bin Hanafiyah fa kharaja fi malhafatin hamra wa lihyatihi taqturu minal ghaliyati, now minafis min tib. Faqultu ma hadha. He said, Yahya bin Abdurrahman al-Hanzali, he said, I went to Muhammad al-Hanafiyah. Muhammad al-Hanafiyah is actually the son of Ali from another woman. Because after the death of Fatimah, Ali married another woman. Then among his son, his children, is Muhammad Hanafiyah. فَخَرَجَ إِلَيَّ فِي مَلْحَفَةِ الْحَمْرَى. Then he went out to me. I went to him. He came out to me with a red red garment upon his body, and his beard is actually dripping with Ghāliyah. Ghāliyah is actually said, enough is tip. It's actually a perfume that is so expensive. So this guy went to the son of Ali, is considered as the son of the companion, being taught by the companion. They should have the best manner, the best understanding. So this guy went to him, saw him in the red blanket, and his beard is dripping with expensive perfume. Fakultu ma hadha. Then Yahya bin Abdul Rahman said, what is this? Qala Muhammad al-Hanafiyyah said, inna hadhil malhafata alqatha alayya imraati wa dahhanatni bitib. This red cloth is actually garment is put on me or being thrown to me by my wife, and she put the perfume on my beard. She put perfume on me. Wa innahunna yashtahina minna ma nashtahihi minhunna, because actually the woman like from us whatever we like from them. What do we like from a woman? To be beautiful, to have a good smell. Then the same is actually from the woman. You have to give them also the right, that right. So it means that it doesn't say, because the guy, Yahya bin Abdul Rahman, maybe say that you are a person, son of a Sahaba. How could you be like this? He said that this my wife gave me. She liked me to see me in this garment, and she liked me to have perfume. So whatever you see is what I'm doing with my wife. She liked things like this from me, so I will obey. I give her that thing. You just say don't put anything to me. I like this. I don't like the thing that you like. Something that is not supposed to being said like that, because you should treat them as they treat you. You want them to be beautiful, then you beautify yourself. You beautify yourself. You adorn yourself, beautify yourself for them also. Wa ba'du, after all that, hadihi nazratul Islamil amiqati lil alaqati zawjiyati. This is the look of Islam, the view of Islam that is so deep about the relationship of husband and wife. Ikhtasarat hadhil qa'idatul Qur'aniyyatul muhkamah. Is being simplified by this Quranic rule, fixed Quranic rule. That is, wa'ashiruhunna bil ma'ruf, and live with them or treat them with goodness or kind. Wa kadzalika, and also walahunna mislu alladhi alayhinna bil ma'ruf, and upon them and for them, for the woman, for the wives, mislu alladhi alayhinna, as what being imposed upon them, bil ma'ruf, in good manner. Fahiya alaqatun qa'imatun ala mu'asharati bil ma'ruf. It is a relationship that is actually being brought up upon having goodness, to treat each other with kindness. Wala sabri ala ma qad yabduru min at-tarfaini min taksir, and also to be patient upon whatever may occur from each of the two parties, from neglectness, they neglect or something. So be patient. فإن كانت العلاقة غير قابلة للاستمرار فيأتي الأمر بالتصريح بالمعروف أيضا. And if the relationship cannot accept for continuity, you cannot continue it anymore, then the command of letting go in good manner also come from Allah. Okay, أيضا الذي يحفظ حق الكرامة لكلا الطرفين, that is actually protecting the respect, the right of respect for both sides, to both sides. Kulla hadihi yaj'al mu'minu yafkharu wa yahmadullah ala hidayati. All of this making a believer to be proud and to also praise Allah upon his guidance. Wantimaihi li hadhihi syari'atil 'azimati, and because he belong to this great Sharia that is so perfect. Min kulli wajhin, from any angle. From any angle. You don't say about just about prayer, fasting, Hajj, paying alms only. But you are looking into the way you treat others, the way you become a husband, the way you become a wife. So it's really in Islam so perfect from that angle. وَيَنْظُرُ بِعَيْنِ الْمَقْتِ لِتِلْكَ الْأَقْلَامِ الدَّنَسَةِ, and he will look with down looking look to those who actually writing, to the writing from people who actually commenting about Islam, bad comment. So because you know Islam is not like that. Yesterday we met somebody. He said Islam forbid many things, like holding your wife's hand. I said, where? But because he's our guest, I don't prolong the topic, because actually when he's talking about Islam, he doesn't know Islam. He doesn't know Islam. He's talking, oh, Islam forbid this, forbid that, so many rules. Because the rule, you are different from the animal. If you don't have the rules, you and the animal are the same. That's something that actually people doesn't really look into. Seeing that Islam is actually making me cannot do this, cannot do that, and everything. It doesn't think about the goal or the purpose of that command. وَالدَّعْوَةِ الْخَبِيثَةِ الَّتِي تُجَرِّئُ الْمَرْأَةُ, that actually also the calling, the bad calling, the bad calling, that is actually making woman to be there, to dare woman, إِذَا رَأَتْ مِنْ زَوْجِهَا مَا تَكْرَهُ, when she saw something from her husband that she disliked, وَتَوَهِي الرِّجَالِ إِذَا رَأَى مِنْ زَوْجَتِهِ مَا يَكْرَهُ, and also that saying that give they give the inspiration for women, for men, when they look and they saw from their wife anything that they dislike, an yanharif qalbahu an masarihi syar'i, so that their heart to went away from it right syara path, liyuqimu alaqatan muharramatan ma'a hadhihi aw dhak, so that they will go into forbidden relationship with the other guy or other woman. Just because you don't see goodness in your wife, start to run away and say, because he didn't treat me good, I have another man. Or because she doesn't treat me good, I have another woman. That is not the way in Islam, because that is the way that the Westerners put them, because you say that you have the right to be happy, you have the right to be treated with respect. So if your husband doesn't treat you with respect, then you go to another guy. If you want to break it up with fairness, means ask for divorce, and after that you go to but even you can complain about your husband to the authority. You can complain about them. That is the way of Islam, actually channeling our feeling through the way that is supposed to. Allahumma kama hadaitana li hadhihi syari'ati, oh Allah, if you have guided us to this syariah, farzuqnal amal biha, then give us the capability to perform or to do it. Wasabati alaiha hatta nalqaq, and also for us to be fixed on this syariah until we meet you. Oh Allah. Amin. So Alhamdulillah, we finished there. No question. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Yeah. Iliyin, the position. Iliyin, those who have high. Kitab al-Fujar fil Iliyin. The book is in the Iliyin, the highest place. The book is on the highest place. Kalla inna kitab al-abrar lafi Iliyin. The book is in the Iliyin. The book is the word. Kalla inna kitab al-abrar lafi Iliyin. La, verily, indeed. Fi, the book. Fi, in, at. Illiyin, those who are highest. So this is not the name of the book. And tasnim is actually something that is being mentioned there. Mizaju is actually mixture will be given. You know the word, you don't know the reality until you enter the paradise. Everything about the paradise, the fruit, the thing that be mentioned there, like being said by Ibn Abbas radhiyallahu anhu, there's nothing from the paradise except name. For us to know except name. Because in reality, it's not the same. No. Mizaj, it's a mixture. Because it said, mizajuhu min tasnim. Actually, the muqarrabin, if you look into the Surah Al-Waqi'ah, those who actually have piety towards Allah, those who actually are doing good, they have two groups. One is muqarrabin, one ashabul yamin. Muqarrabin, those who are actually near to Allah, very close to Allah. Ashabul yamin, those who actually enter paradise, but they are lesser than the muqarrabin. So it's really not the same, just because of the name. No, actually this is the thing I said. You read it, the ayah, really read the ayah, and you can understand. Kalla, no, inna kitabal abrar. Indeed, the book of those who have abrar doing good, their book, lafi illiyin, their book is on the illiyin. For the good, the abrar, the kitab al-abrar. Kitab al-abrar. The book, Sijin. The Sijin is actually the place. Their book is there in the Sijin. The book in the Illiyin. Okay. Actually, the name is like that. They are given the name because of the tribes. The tribes. Because he's not returning the tribe to the tribe of Ali. Muhammad al-Hanafiyah, the name, even some of the Shia is using him as their reference. Okay. Okay, see here, Muhammad bin Ali bin Abi Talib, also known as Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiyah, as surname and surname Abul Qasim. He was the third son of Ali bin Abi Talib, the third son of Ali. So anyway, the Al-Hanafiyah is the tribes. His tribes is, no, not the mother. Not the mother. Because the mother name Khawlah binti Ja'far Al-Hanafiyah. The mother name Khawlah binti Ja'far Al-Hanafiyah. Okay? Never try. Okay. Alhamdulillah, we finish here. Inshallah we stop. We continue next week. Wallahu a'lam. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa sallam. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.